Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunakto Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Namaste. So, the whole second chapter is about supreme truth, which is called the consciousness, the one reality. It also called as Brahman in Vedanta. When we are talking from the context of Vedanta, the one reality is called Brahman. As we saw in Sankhya philosophy, they talk about two principles. One is Purusha and Prakriti. We saw that. Here, the one reality, which is Nischala, means that which will never be moving. It is not moving anywhere. It is always in the same way. It is not in the movement. Not that it is there here, sometime it is there. No, it is Nischala. And it is also the Nirvikara. These are the definition of that supreme reality. Nirvikara means it has no particular shape. So it's not endowed with any kind of shape, etc. And Nirguna, it is beyond three guna that we saw, Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. It is not endowed with the three guna. It is beyond three guna. And it is Nityaha. Nityaha means it is always there. Nityaha. And Ajaha, it is not born. If it is always there, then how can it be born? So it is not born. So once it is not born, then it will not, there will be no destruction also. So no death. It is always there. And it is Akarta. Akarta means non-doer. Nothing doing, no movement, no doing. It is non-doer. And Abhokta, neither it enjoys. It is Abhokta also. In Sankhya philosophy, we saw that he is Akarta, Purusha is Akarta, but he is Bhokta. So that is what we saw in that principle. Here it is Abhokta. Neither he does anything, neither he enjoys anything. He is like a witness. Here I am using the word he. There is nothing called he or she. The Brahman is a neuter. It is consciousness. We are talking about that highest principle. And what is the nature of this? It is Chaitanya Swarupa. Chaitanya Swarupa means it is pure consciousness. So this is the definition of that Satyam. And since when it is there? Nirantara. It is always there. In the beginning of the creation, there was one entity. If there was one entity, it was only Brahman, that consciousness. From there, the creation begins. So how Brahman can create the universe when it is endowed with all these qualities? It is neither movable, neither it has a shape. Then how it became everything? So it is said, with the help of Maya Shakti. With the help of Maya Shakti. Here Maya means also we connect with the feminine quality, Shakti. Okay, like in India for Durga and Devi, all that we take it as a Shakti, the power. So when it is said, when there was a desire, in the sense when the creation happened, okay, when there was a desire to create, then from Brahman, Shakti came out. Once that, once the creation has to happen, then Brahman himself cannot do it, only with the help of Shakti. Like, same like a bachelor man cannot have children. He needs to get married to a woman. Then only the children can happen. So same way here, the creation cannot happen by itself with Brahman. So from Brahman only the Shakti came out. That is the way it is. But Brahman only has become this creation. We can see that. Even though Brahman himself, here Brahman means we should remember that Supreme Chaitanya, that Supreme Consciousness has become whatever we are seeing here has become, but it has not changed its quality. It has not got converted into the creation. That is the beauty of it. Even though creation is happening, it is like a sun. All the things are happening in the light of sun, but sun remains always the same. There is no difference in the sun. It remains untouched, but only with the sunlight everything is happening here. So same way, in the presence of Brahman, the Shakti creates. So Shakti, when we talk about Shakti, there are two forms of Shakti. One is Vidya Shakti, knowledge. Vidya means knowledge, the power of knowledge, and Avidya Shakti. Avidya means ignorance. So both are dependent on the same Brahman. From the same reality it has come. Avidya Shakti and Vidya Shakti. So Vidya Shakti is endowed with the Sattva Guna that we have already seen. Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, etc. Right? So endowed with the Sattva Guna Pradhana. So primarily it is Sattva Guna. So that Shakti is called Ishvara. So I'm just explaining how to understand Vedanta when we look at these verses, because so many verses will be very complicated. It looks why this way it is explained. So we should always have this in mind before entering into all these verses. Actually, how and what Lord Krishna is explaining to Arjuna, that you are changeless, you are immovable, you are nirguna, all these words he is going to use. So we should know that in keeping with this only he is explaining this reality. So now the Maya Shakti, with the help of Maya Shakti, the creation is happening. And in that, there is a two form. One is Vidya Shakti, that is knowledge, and another is ignorance. So with the knowledge, the power of knowledge, the whatever the with the help of power of knowledge is called Ishvara. Ishvara means what? Sarva Shaktiman. He is endowed with full power. Ishvara literally means ruler, one who rules is Ishvara. And he is Sarvagnya. He knows everything. He knows the reality also. Ishvara knows from where he has come, what is his real nature. He knows everything. He knows every detail of this universe. because he is a Vidya Shakti, power of knowledge, all pervasive. And the Avidya Shakti. Avidya means ignorance. That is what is called Jiva. Jiva has come out. Jiva means individual being. The individual being, one who has the ignorance. Ignorance of what? He doesn't know Ishvara. He, he doesn't know what is the ultimate reality. So, not knowing, he takes himself as an individual small being. That is what is called Jiva here. One who is totally ignorant about his own nature. No idea from where he has come, where he has to go, no idea at all. Why this is happening? Due to ignorance. And compared to Ishvara, Jiva is Alpajnaha. There is Sarvajnaha. He knows everything. But here, Alpa means very little knowledge, limited knowledge. And Alpa Shakti, there is Sarva Shakti. Sarva means he has all the powers. And here Jiva has a little, limited power. Jiva means I and you, anybody for that matter, one who has not yet got the knowledge of one's own self. So that is what is called Jiva, ignorant person. So this is the way they explain about creation, how that one reality has come down as a creation, not giving up the Swarupa, one's own nature. Brahman remains always same. Just because it has created, creation has happened, doesn't mean he gives up his nature. He remains always same, like a witness. He remains as a witness. So that is what is explained in the Vedantic way of learning. So now Arjuna is a ignorant jiva, one who doesn't know. And Lord Krishna is Ishvara here. Now you can understand exactly how it is. Lord Krishna is Ishvara, one who knows everything, one who knows the creation, one who knows Jiva, individual being's problem, as well as he has the knowledge of truth, the reality. What is the ultimate truth about Brahman, that one reality? So the whole teaching is to uplift, is to uplift Arjuna. How to uplift Arjuna? What is the problem with Arjuna? Because he is the person who identifies with his own body as an individual being. He takes himself as an individual being. He has no idea about his true nature. That is the problem. So now you see, this is an individual. In reality, who has become Jiva? Let's think of that. Now, who has become Jiva? The same one reality, that Brahman only has become Jiva. Right? There is nothing called Jiva. The same reality has become Jiva. But due to ignorance, the person, due to ignorance, he is unaware about the truth, unaware about his reality. Why this is happening? Due to ignorance. He takes himself as only limited body and mind. The person is identifying only with the body. So this is the problem where person gets bound. So then what is liberation here? Liberation is understanding the truth that I am not the individual body. My nature is not limited. I am not different from that ultimate truth. This is called Advaita Vedanta. I am not different from that ultimate truth. And whatever I have, the body, mind, everything, it is all limited. It has end because it has come. So it has to go. It will go. Whatever has come has to go one day. What will remain? The ultimate truth. What we are talking about, that consciousness will always be there. So the person who understands this gets liberated. He becomes mukta. So this is the whole gist of Vedantic way of learning. So with that same light, we will be looking at each verses. So let's see the 19th verse. Yeah. Ya enam veti hantaram yaschainam manyate hatam ubhau tau na vijanitaha nayam hanti na hanyate. So because this situation is about the fight, right? So this is happening in the war field. So Lord Krishna is using the same situation to explain Arjuna, giving the example of war in keeping with the war. So here, when you look at this verse, if you look at the meaning, it looks as though Krishna wants Arjuna to fight. It looks like he's promoting the war. It's not like that. Actually, if you look at the story, if you read Mahabharata, you will understand that Lord Krishna never wanted this fight to happen. He wants a righteous way to win. That is dharma. Dharma means righteous way of life. So he wants dharma to win. Let all the people follow dharma. That is his intention. So here, being the Arjuna being a warrior, his dharma, his duty is to fight, to protect his kingdom. If he doesn't protect from bad people, then all the bad people will finish the good people. So that becomes injustice. As a king, he's supposed to protect, so he has to fight. So here doesn't mean that some of the words we have to understand it is figurative, not literal. This kind of verse people read, and they read the meaning in English, and they understand that, oh my God, here Krishna is pushing Arjuna to go and fight and finish them. So that is not to be understood here. He is using the situation, giving the same example. That's all. So here it is said, both the one who thinks this self to be killer, okay, and the one who thinks of it as the killed, do not know this self, do not kill, or nor is it killed. So he is using the example of a war. Okay. So here we have to understand, he's talking about that ultimate reality called Atma. There is no difference between Atma and Brahman, what I explained before. Okay. In totality, when we talk about creation and totality, we use the word Brahman. And as an individual, sometimes we use the word as Atma. So actually, there is no difference. It is same consciousness. So through this words, killing and getting killed, he is actually trying to convey that neither this Atma is not a karta, is not a doer, is not a doer. At the same time, he is not an object. Atma is not an object to get killed. Neither Atma can kill, neither it can get killed. It's not an object to get to killed. Neither it can do any action because it is actionless. Atma cannot do any action. It is actionless. It cannot enjoy the result also because it is not an object to get killed. So that is the way we should understand here. The neither Atma can kill, neither it can get killed. So it is not a object, or it is akarta and abhokta. This is the word we use here. Neither it is a doer nor it is a enjoyer. So it is beyond these two. So this is what he is explaining. He is giving the definition of that supreme reality. Okay. So we will see one by one verse how he is going to explain about Atma, that supreme reality. Now, again, I'm sure now you are able to connect well with the verse. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha ajo nitya shashvato yam puranaha na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Very beautiful verse. Na jayate. See, we already saw that in the beginning of the class. Na jayate. This self never born. That Atma is never born. It is unborn. Nor does it die. Neither it will die. See, Arjuna has a problem, right? He thinks that everybody is going to die. Everybody will die. What will happen to this world? All that issues he had. So, keeping that in the mind, Lord Krishna is giving him the knowledge and using the same situation to give all the examples. So, he's saying the self will never die. Neither it is born. Only the things which are born will decay one day. Whatever has come has to go one day. So here, that supreme reality is neither born nor it will die. It is not that having been, it ceases, it exists again. This self is unborn. Okay? And it is eternal. Bhutva bhavita means it is not that it was there or it will be there. It is there in all the three times. Yeah. And it is decayless. It will never get decayed. It will remain always same. There is no decay here. And growthless. There is no chance to grow. It is already complete. It is in total. Purnamada, Purnamidam, we will say. We chant after the class generally. Purnamadam, Purnamidam. So it is complete by itself. By knowing that Brahman, one will never desire anything else. He feels complete in himself. He feels fulfilled. His life is worth because of that fulfillment. He feels worth. He feels happy by himself. Because desires only makes us feel sad, not achieving what we want to achieve. Because whatever we achieve, it after some time we feel it is limited. We want more and more and more. So is there anything by which by achieving which I can feel complete? If is there anything like that? Yes, that is what is called ultimate reality, the truth. By achieving which you will never desire anything else. You feel complete. That's the idea here. So there is no growth. Not that Brahman will become day by day bigger and bigger or smaller and smaller. It is changeless. It never changes. It remains always same. And it is not affected when the body is affected. See, that is the difference between the Atma and the body. Body is completely dependent on Atma. Body cannot survive without Atma, because only because of consciousness body is alive. Whatever is happening is because of that consciousness. But consciousness is not dependent on body. So when body gets affected, Atma is not affected. It remains same. That is what we see in this verse. Let's see the next verse. Veda vinashinam nityam ya enamajam avyayam katam sapurusha partha kam ghatayati hantikam. O Arjuna, #21. Just a second. Yeah. So here also we see the same continuing explaining the definition of Atma. So he's saying Veda Vinashinam Nityam Ya Ena Majam Avyayam. O son of Prata, is calling another name his to Arjuna. The one who knows this self to be indestructible, timeless, one who knows that truth about the self, which is indestructible. It cannot be destroyed, and it is timeless. It is not bound by time, not any three time, past, present, or future. It is not. It is timeless. It is beyond time. Time comes after this. Like that you can take. It is beyond time. And unborn, which is not born. We have already seen that. And not subject to decline. How and whom does that person kill? What are you talking, Arjuna? you are saying that I'm going to kill people. How can you say that when the real nature of the person is this, who is unborn, who is beyond time, and not subject to decline? So how can you say that you are going to kill them? So whom does he cause to kill? That is what is to be understood here. So again, we see that he is using the situation to explain Arjuna here. It is not that Arjuna is being forced by Krishna to go and kill. That should not come to our mind at all. It is totally figurative. It is not literal meaning. So the idea is, how can you say that Atma can be killed? No, Atma is not going to die. The body alone dies. Body has born. Body alone has born. The body and mind is born. So it has its own limitations. It is not permanent. Body and mind is not permanent. What about Atma? Atma is permanent. It remains. So from that angle also you are wrong. That is what he's trying to make Arjuna understand. How you are saying that they are all going to die. Nobody is going to die. Means what? Only body is going to die, not the ultimate reality. The self is not going to die. So next verse, that is 22. Vasamsi jirnani yata vihaya navani grannati naroparani tata sharirani vihaya jirnati anyani sanyati navani dehi. So the meaning is, just as a person gives up old clothes and takes up new ones, so too the indweller of the body gives up old bodies and take others which are new. So he's comparing the death of the body with the old clothes. The way you change your clothes, you're wearing a cloth, it becomes old, next day you change the cloth. Exactly like that, when time comes, body will fall. We have seen all the 5 koshas, right? Annamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanamaya kosha, anandamaya kosha. So, and also 3 body, the physical body and the subtle body and the causal body. We saw that already. So it is like changing the clothes, the old clothes. The body falls and journey continues according to your karma. Whatever you have done in this lifetime, the result of doing what, or the result of this life, you will reap again. You continue your life. It is exactly like taking up a new clothes. You will get another body. Not sure which body can come. It again depends on your own karma. Karma means whatever actions you have done in this life, that will, based on that result of that karma, you get a new body and you continue your life. Till when? Till when you continue this? Till as long as the identification with the body you have, till then you continue to live like that. You continue to one life to another life. Life continues like that. And all the struggle, all the pain will be there always. Yeah. So that is the meaning of this verse. Now again he is explaining the definition of Atma. What is Atma? We will see in this verse also. Nainam chindanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakaha, na chainam kledayanti apaha, na shoshayati marutaha. What kind of self he is talking about? What is that self? Weapons do not cut this self. It is consciousness. It cannot be cut. It is not a, see, when we are talking about Atma, it is not a part or product or property of the body. Neither it is a part of the body, neither it is a property of the body, neither it is a product of the body. It is entirely independent entity. So that reality, that Atma, cannot be cut through any weapon. It is not an object. Again and again, he is trying to make Arjuna understand that please try to know what is Atma means. That Atma which cannot be cut. Neither it can be, you cannot burn it. Weapons do not cut this self, nor does fire burn it. It cannot be burned. Water does not wet it. So this is all verses for contemplation. One can meditate on each verse. Every day you can take up one verse and meditate that my true reality cannot be burnt, cannot be cut, and it neither it can be made wet. It is not an object, nor the wind. Wind does not dry it. Wind also cannot dry it. So that is the nature of Atma. Yeah. We will see the 24th verse also. He talks the same thing again. Achedyoyam adahyoyam akledyoyam shoshya evacha nitya sarvagatasthanu achaloyam sanatanaha. This self cannot be cut, burnt, drowned, or dried. It is changeless. Again, he's repeating same thing. See, Arjuna, this Atma, what I am talking to you, which cannot be cut, it cannot be burned, and it will also never get drowned, and it cannot be dried also. Neither it can become wet, neither it can be dried. So that is the quality. That is the quality of the Atma. It is changeless. It never changes. It is always the same. It is changeless, all pervading, which we already talked about it. It is all pervading and stable. It is always same. It is stable. It is not unstable. It is immovable. See, now you can understand what kind of self is talking about. It's very abstract. Actually, it is very, very abstract for a common man to understand that this can be my nature. It cannot be cut. how a person even cannot imagine that. How can I say that I cannot get cut and all that? So painful life is. So fragile is my body. I just walk on the road and somebody throw one small pebble on my head. I am dead. If a pebble just falls from the top of the building, if falls from 25th floor, your head will break. You won't even know what has happened. You just collapse. So such a fragile body. And here Lord Krishna is keep on bombarding, giving definition after definition, saying that neither your Atma can be cut, neither it can be dried, nor it can be, burnt. Nothing can happen to you. I'm sure Arjuna may be just listening. Then later he will ask so many questions. Now the time is to just listen to him. What is he saying? Maybe he's just looking at him with big, big eyes when Krishna is saying all this. One more thing, it is not very new to Arjuna also. He knew, he had some idea about all this. But because of his situation now, because of his emotions, that is what is blocking him completely. When some situation come in life, even if you know things, even if you have studied, you have practiced, but some situation, it just gets evaporated. It just gets blown in the air. You forget everything. So this is what is the situation with Arjuna. Doesn't mean he didn't know anything. He had some idea about it. But this present situation made him forget everything. He just took himself as a common man who doesn't know anything. That's why he started weeping, started saying that, oh my God, I don't want to fight. I want to get away from this situation. I will run away. And everybody is going to die. I'm also going to die. Who will survive? If everybody dies, who will take care of the kingdom? Who will take care of our families? So what will happen to me? I will just run away from here. I will not fight. I will leave the battlefield. So that was the situation. In that situation, he forgot everything. That's why Lord Krishna is giving him, the knowledge, reminding him that what makes you feel uh, so ignorant? Due to what reason this kind of uh, you know despondency, this kind of sadness has overpowered you? So please understand your true nature, reminding him. It is like uh, there was you might have heard this story, keeps coming. There was a tiger, uh, a, a cub. A cub was lost. Okay, the kid of the tiger was lost, and I think his mother died or something. Some hunter killed. We see a lot of movies like that, Mowgli and all that. So this cub was playing. It reached the herd of goats. Some goats were there, and this cub, not having the mother, doesn't know what to do, and it ended up in the group of goats, and it started becoming friendly with the goats, and goats also accepted him as a family member, and they started living in group. So the cub also started eating grass, following the group. Whatever the goats were doing, this cub also started eating same thing, and also started bleating, same like goats, man, something like that. So as it grow, he forgot that he is lion, totally forgot that he is a tiger. Sorry, he's a tiger. He forgot. And he started living like a goat only. So one day they were grazing, and all of a sudden one big tiger appears there, a big tiger, and about to hunt these goats. Suddenly it looks at this tiger, and the tiger was very much surprised and wanted to catch him first, giving up all other goats. This tiger, the hunter tiger, was surprised to see this big tiger is in this group. And as the tiger was about to jump on that tiger, the tiger started running away, doing the sound of goats only. He was all the more surprised, and he first caught him. He thought, let me give up all the goats, let me catch this fellow first and find out why he is like that, what's the reason. Then he went and caught him. As this tiger went and caught, he started shouting, please leave me, I'm a goat. I won't harm you. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. He said, who said you are a goat? He said, no, no, I'm a goat. Come, let's go. Come with me. Then he catches him and takes him to the river, some lake or river. And he says, look at yourself. Look at the reflection of your face. Who you are now. He was surprised. Then he looks at the other tiger. He says, oh my God, I am same like you. I am the tiger. Then he roars like a tiger. So this is what is the job of a teacher. This is what is Lord Krishna is making Arjuna understand. You have forgotten your real nature. That's why you feel sad and bound. Please come out of this ignorance that you are a body and mind. You are just a body and mind. So this is what is the teaching here, the bombardment, catching Arjuna and making him understand that you are not individual immortal. You are not individual immortal. You are not individual mortal. You are immortal. You are that ultimate reality, which is changeless, which cannot be tried. So this all the verses is to explain Arjuna his true nature, his reality. To give up that notion that he is an individual small being, that he is Jiva, that I am a Jiva. I'm a Jiva. Jiva means I'm a small living being. What can I do? I can't do anything. I have all the limited things. I have eyes where I need specs also. I have eyes, but I need specs also. With the help of specs only I can see and write. I have ears, but what I used to hear before, now I don't see that. So what can I do? And I see that my hairs are becoming gray and my body is not strong like before. When I was 18, 16, I could jump the 10-feet wall. And today, even 3-feet wall, I have to think twice. Should I cross it or should I go around it? So with that, with this kind of limited whatever I have got, how can I even imagine? I can't even imagine that I am something changeless and ever all the 3 times I'm present, all that I cannot even imagine. So to that person, to that jiva who thinks that he is small and limited, to him this teaching is given. So it is like a job of the tiger who takes to the river and shows his face in the as a reflection. Did you understand now who you are? Yes. Then he roars. Yeah. So we will go to the 25th. We will skip. It is same. This self, avyakto yamachin, avyakto yamachintyoyam, avikaryo yamuchyate, tasmadevam viditvainam, nanushochitum arhasi. So this self is said to be unmanifest, okay, not an object of thought. So it is beyond manifest and unmanifest, not an object of thought. You cannot objectify that, and not subject to change. Therefore, knowing this, you should not grieve. That is the meaning of this mantra. So being changeless, being beyond thought, it cannot be imagined, etc. You can't even imagine what is meant by all pervasive, etc. So it is not some object to think. You cannot think about it. And it is also not a product. It is not a product. It is not it has not taken a form. It is in its own glory. It is the same. So knowing that truth, knowing this, you should not grieve. You should not feel sad about it. That is what is said here. So, yeah. Okay. Now, till now, he said in the spiritual way. Okay. Now, Krishna is also telling him from the worldly sense also. If you understand, if you think that Atma is going to die, okay, let's see from that angle also. Atha chainam nitya jatam nityam va manyase mritam tatapi tvam mahabhaho naiva chochitum arhasi. And if you take the Atma to have constant death and birth, if you take Atma subject to death and birth, even then, okay, till now what we heard, that it is not subject to death and birth. There is no birth and death for Atma. The death and birth is only for the body. Even then, even if you think Atma will die and take birth, even then, oh mighty armed Arjuna, you ought not to grieve for Atma in this manner. Even if you think Atma will die and take birth, what is big deal? Okay, Atma dies and takes birth, so why you worry then? In from this angle also, you are not supposed to feel sad. You are not supposed to feel sad. The reality is Atma will never die and never take birth. That is the reality. But if you understand, if you take Atma is subject to birth and death, even then you are not supposed to feel sad. You cannot say that. Because if you think Atma will take birth and it will die, okay? So that means what? These people will come again. If you think that way, from that angle also, then you are not supposed to feel sad about it. This is what is explained in this verse number 26. So we will see other verses in the next class. So we have 2-3 minutes 1 or 2 minutes. If there is any question, you can ask quickly. If not, we will end the class. Yeah. Okay. Very good. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you.